What a joy when your family knows Jesus, loves Jesus, and serves Jesus together. What a joy. It makes you so happy to know that you're doing this together for God. It's also going to bring you closer together as a family than you've ever been in your entire life. You want your marriage to get close? Serve God together. You want your family members to get closer together? Serve God together. Let me illustrate that for you this morning. I brought with me a wheel, just a regular old bicycle wheel, and I want you to imagine this wheel as your family. Imagine this wheel to be like your family. And this wheel is made up of a hub in the center and some spokes. Let's start with the hub. The hub is important, and it has to be in the center of the wheel. Imagine if the hub is someplace else on the wheel, located in another location. What kind of a ride is that going to be? A very uncomfortable, bumpy ride. So it's very strategically located. The hub is in the center. Why? Because it makes a smoother ride. What should be the hub of our life? What should be at the center of our family? God. God should be at the very center of our life, at the very center of our family. And if He's not at the center of your family, if He's not the focal point of your family, that's the reason why your marriage is so bumpy. That's the reason why your family is just, out of balance. It's not riding smoothly. Everybody is all upset all the time and having all kinds of issues and problems with each other. And it's because Jesus isn't the focus of their life. Is this starting to make a little bit of sense? Now notice the spokes. You've got some spokes here. And I know this from personal experience. Richard, you ride bikes a lot. I know you know this from personal experience as well. That it's very important that every spoke stay connected. If a spoke comes undone, if a spoke breaks on your wheel, it becomes difficult to pedal the bike. Just one spoke. There's going to be a lot of drag. Why? Because now the wheel is out of balance. The wheel is out of balance when the spoke is broken, when it becomes disconnected from the rest of the wheel. I've had some spokes break. I've had to go right down to the bike store and, hey, put another one on for me because I couldn't ride my bike the way I wanted to. It felt so uncomfortable. So they put another one on, they tighten it up, and that's what happens in a family. When one of the family members, one of the spokes in the family gets disconnected from God or from the other family members, it's a rough ride in the family. It's not a comfortable ride at all. It has to be fixed. You have to get them reconnected in some way, shape, or another. Now, I know that some of you know this about our family. We have a child. His name is David. Love him dearly. But when he was 18, he got disconnected from God and from our family. And that's been a very uncomfortable thing for our entire family, even up until today. I wish to God that we could reconnect him. It's up to God, and it's up to David. But it's a very uncomfortable thing in our family. People mention it every once in a while. Hey, have you heard from your son David? No. It's very uncomfortable to talk about even. But that's what happens when one of the family members become disconnected. One of the spokes in the circle become disconnected. It's a very unbalanced feeling as you're riding down the bike path on your bike. I want you to notice something else about this wheel. And that's how that as the spokes are up here closer to the rim, you see how far apart they are. But as they come down to the hub, if you look close, they get closer together. So they're at a distance when they're away from the hub, but when they come closer to the hub, the spokes get closer together. They're tied in closer with each other. That's what happens in a family. The farther away the family gets away from God, the farther apart they become. The closer they get to God, the hub, the focal point, the center that should be in our life and our family, the closer they're going to be with one another. So Try the very, very best you can to stay connected with each other, to stay connected with God, to stay as close as possible as you can with God. Because that's going to bring your family closer together. That's going to bring your family much happiness.